I've sat with this one a bit, and what I keep getting when I'm just like sitting on the land and connecting into the wild places where I live and the plants and the elements is integrating more slow medicine into our lives this year. And I know that we always speak about we should spend more time in nature. I think that's a question people often say, but it is more imperative than ever this year for us to remember our connection to the earth. So even if it's just a really small thing, if people are living in city spaces, to just find a green space and just connect with it, or go for a walk in a park. It doesn't have to be anything, huge, like trekking out in the mountains and things, but just more green time, actually. But really slowing down. So I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to tick things off our lists. And especially at the beginning of the year, we have these kind of goals and things like that. But if we can just really integrate more of that slow medicine, slowing down, being more in the observer space, going into a green space and just sitting without any preconceived ideas or expectations about what is going to present it to us, and just watch and see what comes through. So this year more than ever, it's time to slow down and to connect to the land more. The reason is like over time we've become so disconnected, but as a result of the last few years, there's been such a strong energy of fear and a strong sort of concern about maybe our physical health and well-being. And when we connect more back with the earth, we are exchanging our breath and the carbon dioxide and the oxygen with the trees and the land, and it's helping establish a stronger immune system for a start, and it's just helping us sort of remove a layer of dross or contracted energy that we might be still holding in our fields from maybe just what we've been going through in the last couple of years. The things that have sort of built up in our nervous systems that are creating like charges in the nervous system, just helping soothe and smooth the nervous system a bit more. So there's kind of both a sort of a physical and an energetic reason behind just connecting back with the earth. What I was getting really, really strongly for sort of how we can go about this is what I've been shown is that it's important. The word that came through was embodiment for 2022 from the earth. So rooting into the living world more through our embodiment to the earth, if that makes sense. So taking care more of our physical well-being. Looking to food as medicine, looking more to eating cleaner, moving our bodies, even just lying on the earth and doing some shapes and movement on the actual earth itself. So creating right relationship with the earth is really all she's looking for. And for us, working with creating less inflammation in our field and in our body. So again, the period of time that we're in has created a lot more inflammatory responses, both internally and externally. So we want to cool down that inflammation that's happening. And we can do that through connecting more with the element of water. So that was the other thing that I was kind of shown by the earth, was to invite people in 2022 to connect more to the element of water in their lives. So that would mean doing water work. It would mean find where your closest waterway is or body of water is, and spend more time with that water, whether it's a stream or a lake or the ocean or a pond or whatever it is, a dam, doesn't matter, but just make an offering to that waterway. So that's one way that we can connect with the water, and water helps obviously soothe the inflammation in the body. So energetically, working with the element of water is going to work through our energetic fields, and then just working with your water internally. So in the morning, get up, pour yourself a glass of water, have some gratitude and prayer towards that water, or speak some gratitude and prayer towards the water, and then just take a moment and see it as medicine and drink that glass of water, and let that be the first thing that touches your embodiment before you move into your day. So the earth is inviting us to connect more to the water in 2022, be more in our lived experience of our embodiment in connection to the land, might be your backyard, just spend more time out there. And also you're decreasing that inflammatory response in our words, in our feelings, in our physical body. Get healthier, whatever that means for you. And there were a couple of plants that sort of stepped forward that were kind of feeling to me like they were overseeing totem energy, our wild kindred for 2022. One of them is a plant called mullein. And mullein has this energy around the duality of opposite. So mullein is inviting us to call in fractals or fragments that are feeling disparate, and then kind of initiating those parts to come back into the whole, if that makes sense. And as we're bringing and calling back these parts of us, we're interacting with that part as it re-lands back in our embodiment. And by doing that, we're becoming more sovereign. So she really speaks about sovereignty. And I do think that this is a year for that, but also mullein helps dispel grief. And I think we've been holding a lot of grief. So she has stood up. And another plant is the hawthorn. Hawthorn is all about the heart. So the different paths to the heart, but also how the path from the heart that will lead us into wild places as well. So that kind of made sense to me, because it was about, if we follow our heart, we then are easily taken to where we're meant to be in the natural world, in the wild places. She really settles our spirit. She offers us protection from those that might try and harm us. So again, she feels like a really important boundary space plant for this particular time as well, protecting the heart. And also wormwood was the third plant. And wormwood was speaking to me about reawakening our memories of who we really are, and helps us release shackles of possession from the world around us, and helps us connect more to our own internal consciousness. But also medicinally, wormwood is used for parasitic conditions. So I feel like wormwood is also helping with any parasitic energy that might be like floating around as well. So just speaking to that. So the earth is asking us to anchor into our bodies in this present time and space, really, this year. And remembering our connection to the natural world, and renew our commitment to our service. That's renewing our commitment to being of service to this life and our life. So another thing that I've noticed that has come up just through ceremonial work through the Earth Wisdoms is that when I speak to the embodiment, I think it's also really important for us to understand that the health of our physical body right now is imperative, and a lot of pain body work is coming up for people. So just being aware of working through the pain body, whether that's in the emotional pain body or the physical pain body, and just finding ways to navigate that and start to really heal that. But the overseeing thing that I was getting was the physical vessel needs to be attuned for us to hold more of what we are this year, to be more in our power and more in our sovereignty. We can't just like meditate it away all the time. We have to also do the physical work. And sometimes the physical work is hard, but it's well worth it. So it might mean, you know, taking walks, doing some yoga, doing movement work, dancing, doing some form of exercise, but finding something that we really relate to. And preferably if you can do it outdoors, then you can even like do your connection to the earth at the same time, right? Go for a good walk a couple of times a week. And then, as I'd mentioned previously, just looking at food as medicine, so just cleaning up the diet. That's also really important this year. Really, really building your immunity, soothing the nervous system, looking after the physical body, and working with the breath as well, just to release anything around the lungs that we've been holding. Because even if you physically haven't gone through massive grief with people in your immediate realm, I guarantee that most of us have tapped into the collective grief. So at some level, we're holding stuff here around the upper heart and chest. And that's why Mullen came through as a really strong medicine. And she's like the mountainous warrior energy as well. So she really teaches us about being able to stand on the top of the mountain. But to stand on the top of the mountain, we've got to walk there, right? Walk there, we have to be in good condition to do so.